Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Marlene Thompson claims her landlord blamed her for pet-related damage to her apartment and withheld her security deposit.
All rise.
Jordan Ellis says significant damage to a wall and door was caused by the plaintiff's cat.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone. Good day. This is the case of Thompson versus Ellis. Ms. Thompson, you are suing Mr. Ellis for $3,966 for breach of contract. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You say the defendant improperly withheld your security deposit and deducted pet rent and inflated damages, and you're asking for treble damages as well. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, and defendant, you say that the plaintiff knew about the pet rent and the deposit requirements, and all of the amounts you deducted were justified. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'll start with you, plaintiff. So you rented a place from the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, take me, where's this place? What is it, an apartment, a house?
Yes, it's an apartment complex in Glendale, and I started renting from him in July of 2017, and as of that point, there was no pet policy. I did have a cat, Zeke, prior. Zeke did end up passing away, and I started taking care of a...
So when you signed the lease, Zeke was with you?
Yes, and the only thing stated, I have the lease here if you need it, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it, please.
Sure.
Thank you, Sean.
I'll take the whole folder.
Okay.
Thank you.
The only thing that was stated in the lease was that you had to let them know about any pets, not that there was a pet deposit or anything in the original lease. And so after Zeke passed away, well, this was before Zeke passed away, I was already helping take care of sort of this community pet, a community cat named Pebble. Everybody in the apartment complex.
A community cat?
Yes.
All right.
The community cat, yeah, would always come, up to everybody's like windows and doors and stuff. And we all put blankets out for her in the winter, and we would make sure she had extra water in the summer. But one day, and this was actually about a month after Zeke, my own little baby, who I was about 16 years old, but still was heartbroken, of course. But this was a month after Zeke passed away. Pebble came to my door with a fresh wound on her back. And I felt like I needed to take her to the vet and get that taken care of, because I was worried she wouldn't make it if that.
Okay, so you started taking responsibility for Pebble's health.
Yes.
On your own.
Yes, I took her to the vet. She got a clean bill of health, by the way. No, no infections, no diseases or anything like that. And after that, I decided to take her in as a pet because I was a little worried for her well-being after whatever attacked her.
So you had one cat, passed away,
Yes.
Unfortunately, and then now you've taken in this other cat.
Correct.
So if Pebbles was a community cat, Mr. Ellis, were you aware all of this time that everybody was in love with this cat and taking care of this cat?
Your Honor, I did know about it, and I was okay. But
You were okay with that?
Yes, however...
You were also okay with her having Zeke as a pet?
Your Honor, yes.
And
I
then
was.
in your lease agreement, what are the specific terms that you have about pets when she signed the lease?
Pets are allowed. However, after she adopted the new cat, Pebbles, I needed to adapt a new policy about pets. There was may I please show you the letter I sent in
Yes,
notice?
please do. Sean, may I see that?
I'll take your whole folder here.
Your Honor, there's a form that I gave to all the tenants, and there's also a letter I gave to Marlene Thompson because of Pebble, the new cat.
All right, and what prompted you to just change your mind and change the rules when it came to Pebbles when you already knew everybody was taking care of her?
What happened was there were complaints from other tenants about odors from pets, dogs barking, things like that. So I decided it was important for me to charge a one-time pet fee of $250, and then for the pet to charge the tenants $50 a month in addition to what the rent was already.
Now, was this an addendum to the lease? Because everybody already had a lease.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
It's an
were
addendum.
people expected to sign this lease?
Not the 30-day notice. However, I expected Marlene Thompson to pay the $250 fee, and then each month after the new policy got adapted, pay $50.
Okay, and so did you get this notice?
I did.
How did you send it? Did you put it in her mailbox?
I gave one to all the tenants.
It was
All right.
taped to my door.
All right, and you saw this?
Yes.
Coming up,
And then did you inspect the property right upon them leaving?
Yes, twice.
And did you see
actually.
any damages?
There was damage.
Okay, what kind of damage?
It was pretty extensive.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Marlene Thompson and Jordan Ellis over a security deposit.
This was a notice taped to my door. Like you said, I did not have to sign anything. I did not get an updated lease. I did not get an updated addendum to the lease. And to me, a sign taped on the door is not a contract.
Okay, so you taped it on the door, but it wasn't anything that they needed to sign. You weren't saying that
no.
I needed to.
No, ma'am.
Because at that time, you weren't even under the lease anymore. You were on a month-to-month.
Month-to-month is correct.
Correct.
However, there was no lease or there was no additional agreement signed.
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
So what was your expectation? Just all of a sudden, we're changing the terms and you need to pay this.
Yes.
But those fees weren't included on the original lease, right?
No, correct.
So why are you changing all of the terms on all of this? You said you got a complaint about a dog barking. What does that have to do with
And cats.
$250 a month and then $50 a month after that?
And well, also, it wasn't just dogs. it's
Especially
also
when she
cat
already
owners.
had a cat before.
Correct. Well, it was also because other tenants were complaining about.
But what does that have
Pets
to
in
do with
general.
you getting money? I'm trying to figure out how the extra money coincides with the other tenants complaining.
Well, it was also to keep up with the fees that pets normally incur in a property.
Okay, so now you're saying that you charge this because pets may have damages.
Correct.
Now let me ask you something. The $250 that you just charged, was that like an increase in security deposit, or everybody then that had a pet needed to give you $250?
The ones that had new pets did. The ones,
that had
already-
new pets?
Yes. So
But
it
the
wouldn't-
pets were already there on the property.
If they got them after the 30-day notice, they would have to pay a $250 one-time deposit.
But I thought Pebbles was already there.
Yes, Pebbles, technically, I had adopted Pebbles in August, and he had put out the notice a little bit before. He put out a notice that there was going to be a new pet policy a little bit before that, I will say
Okay,
that.
so you did see that?
Yes.
You were on notice, but you didn't think it applied to you?
Right, because Zeke was an old cat. Zeke was already grandfathered in at the time.
But Pebble wasn't.
Right, and so then when I got Pebbles, he slapped a new notice on my door and said, by the way, you have to pay this pet deposit now.
Okay, so now we have that. So how did this thing come to a head when all of a sudden you feel like he owes you $3,966? Where are these damages? This is your security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor. So over the I think it was about 7 months after I had got Pebbles and he started giving me notice, I started getting emails and texts from him basically harassing me, saying that I needed to pay this pet deposit. And I said, I'm not going to pay the pet deposit. I already told you.
So your
then I decided
security deposit was $1,350?
Correct.
Okay, so how did we get to $3,966?
So from what I understand is if you are not returned your security deposit in 21 days after you move out, you are allowed to claim treble damages, which is triple the security deposit. That's what I understand.
Have you gotten your security deposit back yet?
Nope.
To this date, nothing?
Nope.
So let me ask you this. Why didn't you give her security deposit back? You decided to move out after this whole thing came to a head.
Yeah, it was very stressful, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore, and I didn't feel like it was a pet-friendly place.
And you were on month to month at the time?
I was month to month, yes.
Did you give proper notice?
Yes.
Did she give you proper notice, Mr. Ellis?
She did, Your
All
Honor.
right, so she gave you the 30-day notice. They're
She
going to
did.
go ahead and move out.
She did.
And then did you inspect the property right upon them leaving?
Yes, twice,
And did you see any
actually.
damages?
There was damage.
Okay, what kind of damage?
It was pretty extensive.
Did you bring evidence of this extensive
I did.
damage?
Inside the folder, there is an invoice I received from Ramos Repairs. He's a handyman that does work on my property. And the damages came out to be, just for the bathroom alone, $850.
What happened in the bathroom?
The cat box, I believe, was there. And there was really wretched odors from cat urine. And there was also just a lot of damage to the floor, but the door was the worst. It accumulated all the odors from the cat box, and also the cat scratched. And then, in addition to that, there was damage to the fixtures there, the wall,
So
the
I'm
floor.
seeing
Yes.
cat scratches on the door.
Yes, I had to replace the whole door, and
For just a couple scratches?
the odors from the door were just really oppressive.
The door smelled?
It did.
Now, I don't even think a cat can get up here by this doorknob. How did the cat destroy that?
I don't know.
Me either.
But I would also like to point out that I believe that to actually be damage from the humidity in the bathroom, it was actually already had humidity damage from when I moved in.
That doesn't look like a scratch. That looks more like a peeling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's peeling. The bathroom had very bad ventilation. The window didn't open all the way. It was a crank window. It's an older building. You know, it's like I said, it was old plaster.
How
It's
long
old.
has it been since you moved out?
I moved out in March.
All right, so it's been 8 months and you still don't have your security deposit back.
Correct, Your Honor.
Coming up,
Now, you admit you messed up the blind.
Correct.
That's $45. Now, I'm still trying to figure out why you had to replace the whole door instead of just clean those cat paws off.
It smelled bad.
The door stunk?
It did.
I don't believe that.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Marlene Thompson and Jordan Ellis over a security deposit.
So, if all of these damages occurred because of one cat, like, is that what you're saying, Mr. Ellis?
Yes, Your Honor.
This court doesn't quite see that. Do you have an itemized receipt of what you paid for all of these?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is it here.
Yes, Your Honor. It's $850.
So the blind here from the cat,
Yeah,
okay.
the
And I'm
cat
okay with
destroyed the
paying for
blind.
the blind. I claim that Pebbles did actually tear a little hole in the blind so that she could see out the window. And I will take responsibility for that. I looked up the same blind and it's $28. And
He's saying that the blind replacement is $45 because it's $28 and then they've got to get the hardware kit and then $14 an hour, somebody to come up there and put it up there.
okay.
And then there is this big stain on the wooden floors.
Yes, I believe that some of those stains were actually there when I got there.
Okay. Does anybody bring the punch list and the pictures? And when you moved in, when you move in, you take pictures of every part of your apartment to make sure that there's a record of what it looked like when you moved in. Did you bring those to court today?
No, I did not, Your Honor. That was my mistake. I forgot.
Did you bring anything?
No, Your Honor.
So you're saying, I'm seeing a stain in these wood floors that does look like it could be caused from urine. All right, this is where I am with this. Now, you admit you messed up the blind.
Correct.
That's $45. Now, I'm still trying to figure out why you had to replace the whole door instead of just clean those cat paws off.
It smelled bad.
The door stunk?
It did.
I don't believe that.
Coming up,
Okay, so you just admitted in open court then the smell wasn't that bad where you had to hire one of those special companies that come in and you didn't have to do that.
No.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Marlene Thompson and Jordan Ellis over a security deposit.
$1,350 was your security deposit, right?
That's correct.
All right, so $45 would mean you would get $1,305 back. Now it's the whole question of this door and this funk from this cat and how much that costs. Do you have a cleaning fee in here? I'm seeing materials. You charging for a whole bunch of hung doors. It's a lot going on in this. Where are you spraying and trying to remove? What cost did you incur for that, Mr. Ellis?
Normal move-out fees. It was no more than I would have spent on any other tenant, even though, yes, we did have to spend more time cleaning the bathroom than any other room in the apartment.
Okay, but you're saying it didn't really cost you anything more.
No, Your Honor.
Is this something that normally you would charge a tenant for out of their security deposit? Or when tenants leave, you just do a good deep cleaning for the next tenant?
Good deep cleaning for the next tenant.
Okay, so you just admitted in open court then the smell wasn't that bad where you had to hire one of those special companies that come in and you didn't have to do that?
No.
Okay, so we got $45 for that. Now let me see what else is going on here. We ain't getting a whole new door because the room stunk, so let's X that out. To repair the wall, $160. Okay, we did need to repair that wall. And the laminate planks were $195. So $1,305 minus $355. All right, it sounds to me like this was just a lot going on. It was a lot going on for me. I'm worn out, personally.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. Promotional consideration provided by... You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
Ms. Thompson, whether you're renting in a lease and month to month, that's what your security deposit is for.
Correct.
For any damage that a person, a pet, or anything, right? Mr. Ellis did not go about his pet policy the correct way by actually having an addendum to the lease signed, or at least having you sign something, even though you were on a month to month, that would indicate what these new charges were. However, the damage was still caused. It is the opinion of this court that there's $950 still owed to you, right? After subtracting the various things I just walked through. You understood? Now, I don't like, Mr. Ellis, that it has taken 8 months to go through this for her to get her security deposit back, right? So I'm not going to award her 3 times what her security deposit back would have been, but I will double it. And if I double this, then that means that is $1,900. It's the opinion of this court, award for the plaintiff for $1,900. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,900.
Do you have any final thoughts for each other?
Justice for Pebbles, do away with pet rent.
Oh, God. I feel I was wronged.
All right. Well, please come this way.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.